Ian, I'd like to investigate something that is often bandied about called alkaline balance. What is that exactly?
You
What does
tell
that
me.
mean?
What do you think it means?
My take on it is essentially that we are far too acidic. That is, essentially all the things we eat and drink are acidic, and a lot of the reactions in our body create acid as well. And so alkaline balance would seem to me to be bringing pH to a different place, to a more alkaline place, in order for our body to be able to function well. Is that
It's pretty
close?
good. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, ask a doctor and he'll tell you it's a furphy. A doctor will most likely say that your body does all the balancing anyway, right? So, and I've always asked, well, if it does all the balancing anyway, what does it use to do the balancing?
Yeah.
So, if you are taking more acid or manufacturing more acid than alkaline, if it does it all anyway, where does it get the alkalis to neutralise the acid?
Well, so that in many cases seems to have been dealt with by saying, well, alkaline water will do it. Yeah.
It has been that, yes, and there's plenty of alkaline water sellers, particularly the electrolysis water ionizer, that will tell you that.
Yeah.
Can you really fix your acid overload with water?
Well, you'd affect it, I guess. Yeah.
But there's a bottom line, and we've looked at this and looked at this and looked at this because we would love to say yes, you just drink the water and everything's okay.
Right.
And you do see many testimonials on, say, YouTube of people who drink my alkaline water and, oh, look what happened to me. But they're drinking water for the first time in their life.
Yeah, that's true
They thought
too.
there's a hugely expensive machine, which is the best reason in the world to drink the water because your wife would get really upset if you didn't do it.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So suddenly they're drinking water, suddenly they're a bit hydrated, and suddenly they change.
Well, then, so that's really true as well, is that most of us don't do much in the way of hydrating. You know,
we substitute what we think is hydration, coffee, beer,
soft drinks.
Yeah, I mean, look at the guys. I just went up to Kakadu and I went to one of those outback pubs, and they're all on the beer, hydrated on the bar,
hydrating on the beer.
But they wouldn't. It was not water. So
yeah,
let's come back to that point. If you Google, let's say, calcium recommended daily allowance, it'll tell you very clearly what you should have every day.
Right.
Magnesium daily allowance, there it is. Okay. If you then look at your water, and you see how much, say, calcium and magnesium is in your water, that's going to tell you whether your water is going to give you enough of those minerals to satisfy your recommended daily allowance. And I've done the sums, nowhere near it.
Right.
You'd be bloated with water to do it through water. So there's a little bit more to it than that, and we can talk about it because there's the water ionizer. People say we have very high pH. Well, yes, they do. But this is why I asked you at the start, what is alkaline balance? Alkaline balance is having enough alkaline minerals in your body ready, they call it the alkaline buffer, and it's actually in your blood, to neutralise
the acidic nature of life.
Yes, the acids that are coming, the acid tide, the big steak, the hamburger, the night out.
The pizzas,
the stress, even the metabolic acid.
Yes.
You have to have enough alkalis in there. So if you haven't got enough alkaline now, we're talking about alkaline minerals. Okay? Nothing else, not high pH water, we're talking about alkaline minerals, because if you take high pH water, which an electrolyzer will produce, drop one drop of, say, ascorbic acid in it, it's neutralised.
Right, yeah.
Drop one drop of ascorbic acid into a glass of alkaline water with alkaline minerals in it, it'll make hardly any difference. So that's what we call buffered and unbuffered. It looks like it's good, but it's very weak. It hasn't got any real long-term neutralising power in the form of a buffer.
Yeah.
Okay, so firstly, you need natural alkaline water if you're going to have alkaline water. Secondly, you're not going to get enough unless you drink tons. The water ionizer people say, drink 8 glasses a day or 2 gallons a day. Well, you have to drink that, but I can't drink 2 gallons a day.
Right.
Can't do it. I've got better things to do than go to the toilet. Right? So, the other, obviously there's other ways.
Yeah. So water is obviously not the way.
It's helpful.
Yes, and similarly, I imagine food changes. If you made food changes to your diet, you'd probably make a difference as well. But neither of those are going to do it because food is also not delivering the kind of quality of trace elements and minerals and so on that it once did.
That's very true.
Hasn't for many decades now.
That's very true. That's a major point, particularly in Australia.
Yeah.
I have a Canadian friend who comes over every year or so, and he has to take magnesium supplements here because Canadian soil is high in magnesium, therefore their food is high in magnesium.
Right.
Here in Australia, really low.
Yeah, some of the worst soils in the world.
Yeah. I'll say one point, which probably is a little bit off target, but there was a study done in Finland of just under 100,000 death certificates, and they asked, where did you live and what did you die of?
Mm-hmm.
And it was found that the people who lived in hard water areas, that is alkaline water areas, and drank alkaline water every day, lived longer and had less major diseases than the people who lived in soft water areas.
Right.
So, I've said that you can't do it with alkaline water, but obviously there is a study there that says you can do it with alkaline water. At least you will live longer and have perhaps better immunity.
Right.
And the World Health Organization also says alkaline water.
Yeah.
Don't drink neutral water or acidic water. So yes, it's good, but it's not, if you're trying to get enough, because we are in a highly unnatural living situation today. Even all of the normal things, the pollution, the food, the drinks, the internal metabolism, the stress. The stress is the one that now is just for everybody.
Yes.
And that's acidifying.
Right. So you can't really do it with water, but you can improve with water. So alkaline water is sensible.
It's not a full answer.
You can't get a full answer with food because essentially our food is not delivering what it might deliver or what it once delivered.
Yeah.
So what then? What do we do?
Well, you're probably aware that the natural health people have said green smoothies.
Yeah.
Kale and spinach, etc.
All those pleasant things. Yeah.
Oh, those lovely things. Yeah. Get it down quick. Which is, there's two aspects to this. It will deliver a lot of alkalinity in a big hit, but it will also deliver a lot of oxalates, which is oxalic acid.
All right.
And unfortunately, many of the people who talk about alkaline and acid, they'll say, bananas have got potassium, therefore drink bananas, forgetting that bananas are also full of sugars, which are acidic.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got the same problem with your green smoothies because the oxalic acid is going to cause more troubles than the alkaline minerals are going to prevent.
Right, so you kind of override your work. You're basically accessing the opposite of what you're looking for.
You're
as well
driving
as
a car
what you're
with a flat
looking
tyre, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, so I get it from this.
Okay. Just AlkaWay's Alkaline Booster.
Yeah.
And so that contains a range of minerals, yeah? Is that
the four big ones: calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, in the right relationship.
Yep.
Which is very hard to get from food. So you're getting it in the right relationship, which gives it the right absorbability.
Yeah.
It's still hard because the body, if you give it 100 milligrams of magnesium, it might pick up 30, 40.
A little of it, and the rest of it is straight back out again.
Erica, who's our in-house naturopath, who's just brilliant, formulated that, and she's got a few trace elements in there which she knows assist in the absorption, so it makes it a really, really special one.
And what do you do? Do you put that in water, or?
I put in water, flat teaspoon every day, and that's my complete alkaline balance formula. Don't have to worry about anything else. I don't worry about food, water, anything. I do the other things because I love to do it, but that is enough. You're getting your recommended daily allowances of the four big alkalis in the form that it breaks down to anyway in your body. Yeah. Right, elemental minerals.
Right.
So yeah.
So and it tastes like you're having medicine, yeah.
It doesn't taste bad actually. She's used, I think it's called lemonade plant.
Okay. Yeah.
And we sell it quite a bit around the world, and I have to say, Americans, I'm sorry, when I taste American supplements, like it's so sweet. So sweet. It's not that sweet, but you can't please everybody. Some people say it's not sweet enough, some people say it's too sweet, but I think it's good. We had a whole panel of people here taste test it, and we adjusted up that.
So you've gone for a kind of mid-range point to
Yes, mid-range point in an almost an impossible situation.
and obviously not using sugar.
No,
definitely not.
No, definitely not. So, yep.
All right. So this is then you would call this the simplest, easiest, most accessible way to achieve balanced pH.
It's also the simplest, easiest, most accessible way to remedy a hangover.
Okay.
Because what's a hangover? Mass acidification.
Yes.
So, and that'll last you 2 months, maybe even 3 months. I can't remember exactly because we just formulated this new, or did this new pack, which is a bit smaller. So yeah.
But if you had lots of hangovers, then you wouldn't care as long as it got rid of them.
I don't think I'd be able to sell it in the bottle shop. But,
right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for that. That's a simple solution to a long-term matter that people have been trying to attend to. So you have improvements to the quality of your water, which you can achieve through AlkaWay. You have improvements to the quality of your food by essentially making some choices that are more sensible for your body, and then add some of your product, and all of a sudden it's dealt with. You're essentially ensuring that your body is getting what it needs.
That's it. Too simple.
Yeah.
Too simple. Thanks, Pete.
Thanks for your time.